Jesus spake unto them, saying, Be of good cheer, it is I. Be not afraid. Somebody say, be not afraid. And Peter answered him and said, Lord, if it be thou, or since it's you, bid me come unto thee on the water. And he said, Come. And when Peter was come down out of the ship, he walked on the water to go to Jesus. But when he saw the wind boisterous, he was afraid. And beginning to sink, he cried, saying, Lord, save me. And immediately Jesus stretched forth his hand and caught him and said unto him, O thou of little faith. A paradigm is basically a pattern. It's a way that you do things, and we get into habits sometimes. You can. How many of y'all got socks on under your shoes? Okay, sometimes now did you put on a sock and then put on a shoe and then put on the other sock and put on the other shoe, or did you put on both socks and then put your shoes on? It's a pattern. And probably, how many of y'all put your socks on, both socks, before you put your shoes on? Okay, how many put on a sock and then a shoe and then a sock and then a shoe? All right. And nothing wrong with either one of those ways. It's just a pattern. It's a pattern we get into. And sometimes, we can think that our patterns are laws, that it's the only way to do it. We call them traditions. Sometimes we can feel like our traditions are absolute. A paradigm shift is not just a change, but it's a change that will never, once that has happened, it'll never go back to the way it was before. Now, just a change is, so you decide, I'm not going to put on both my socks. I'm going to put on a sock and shoe and a sock and a shoe. But tomorrow you can change back and say, well, I don't like that. I'm going to put both of my socks on again. So I don't like that way. That's just a change. It's like water going to ice or going to steam. It can go back, go back. But a paradigm shift is a thing that happens that changes your life forever. Peter walked on water as long as he kept his mind in the right place. And so you can't walk on water and your mind is back there in the boat. One thing about coming out the boat, Peter left his place of security. Yeah, I knew I wasn't going to get too many amens on that one.
Wow, that's true.
Peter was a fisherman. He knew about storms. He knew about boats. And he knew the safest place in a storm out in the middle of the sea ain't in the sea. It's in the boat. But he also knew that if Jesus was out there on the sea, it would be safer to be with Jesus out on the sea than to be in the boat without him. And some of us, we're going to have to change our minds, change our thinking for where God wants to take us. We're not going to be able to think the way that we've always thought. God's got new truth for us. He's got new things for us. He's got new places he wants us to go. It's going to take a rejuvenating of our minds.